Ladies and gentlemen, it's time we dive in a little more to Mr. Beast's Beast Games. Yesterday, I made a video that performed pretty well, covering the situation going on with the Beast Games and all of the controversies. I covered Rosanna Pansino, who came out the second time against Mr. Beast with some pretty serious allegations and screenshots, receipts we like to call them, and today she dropped even more receipts. I'm also going to be showing you guys a website that has even more receipts. If you guys enjoy the video, like it, subscribe, share it around, because it's probably going to get age restricted or ad limited because I'm going to be covering some pretty touchy topics, but let's get right into it. So here is the brand new Rosanna Pansino video. It posted 16 hours ago. Only 92,000 people have seen it so far, so it's not very viral yet, but I'm sure she has a lot to say.
MrBeast Beast Games. Since I posted my video yesterday, I've pretty much been talking with more people involved with the show all day. At this point, I've lost track, but I think it's nearing like 100 people who have reached out to me with their stories. Each person has their own experience and their own opinions, but overall, the stories that I'm hearing just break my heart. I have never heard of anything like this on any set. So today I want to read a statement from another contestant who shares many of the same experiences with the other stories that I'm hearing. This one is a little long and it doesn't really even begin to scratch the surface, and I truly hope that shining a light on these issues will make the future episodes of the show much safer for contestants. I'm reading this statement with the contestants' permission. I was expecting...
No, I'm reading it. I was a contestant and want to chip in on this. I was expecting for this competition to be hard, but did not expect to endure what I did. It was a crap show, to say the least. I believe they were in over their heads and did not plan very well. Here are some of the things I experienced. There was no clear communication between contestants and production. I think this was because production knew just about as much as we knew. Contestants were being told numerous things, and it was very confusing and frustrating. No one was using a microphone to make announcements, so it was very hard to hear what production was saying. A lot of things got missed. I had to hear through the grapevine about certain things, like when they had Gatorade, when we could go to medical, when they had snack bags, when we could get our undergarments, etc. So this kind of explains why a whole lot of people missed out on food. Food got hoarded, drinks got hoarded. People lost their undies, okay? It was like a SpongeBob episode. Things were going bananas. They handed out undergarment bags to everyone alphabetically by last name. I did not receive my undergarments until the second day of filming. These should have been handed out to everyone day one. People were using their undergarment bags as pillows when we slept on the stadium floor. After the first competition, they hadn't fed us in a while. I was feeling lightheaded. I asked someone if they had anything to eat because I was feeling lightheaded, and they told me to push through and basically suck it up, which is always great to hear from Mr. Beast's staff. Remember, he makes hundreds of millions of dollars a year. On the first day, after 12 hours of having contacts in my eyes, I asked someone if I could go to medical to take them out, and they told me no. I don't understand why Mr. Beast and his staff are acting like this is the freaking Navy boot camp, an Army, Navy SEAL boot camp. It's a game show. I don't understand. I witnessed 2 people that had seizures, and it took medical several minutes for them to get there. I'm assuming this happened because they did not have access to medication, but I could be completely wrong. Medics should have been on the field 24/7, ready to go at all times. The site I'm going to show you later basically confirms this as well. I was told by production they were working up to 20-hour days. The website says 24-hour days. As all of us were, we were all sleep and food deprived. The timing between feeding us was not consistent, and the first meal they gave us around 6 to 7 p.m. I had no protein. Bro's gotta get that chicken in his belly, alright? All I had was a little container of oatmeal, a little container of veggies, and a little container of fruit. We didn't eat again until the early morning. For the second briefcase challenge, they reviewed footage for any discrepancies. For the third flag challenge, we were told there would not be reviewing footage, and it would solely be based off what the guards saw. This is very unfair because several people got eliminated when they shouldn't have. I heard people were being pushed and shoved by males in challenges and they were not punished for it. I received an email yesterday saying they were going to check footage now and eliminate those people because they take violence seriously. They should have done this during the game and not after the fact. I would say most of the challenges were definitely geared towards strong, fast men. When I returned from the competition, my 3 bags were separated at the hotel and not where I had originally put them. I had to search for 30 minutes to find all of my luggage. Our sleeping bags and undergarments were all thrown and scattered into another room, and I had to search for that for 20 minutes. There was no organization whatsoever. When all the contestants arrived back to the hotel from the competition, we were supposed to have flights booked for us to go home. I woke up the next day after I got back from the competition with no flight information. With so many contestants trying to go home, I heard they would not have all the flights booked until a few days later. I had to book my own flight and use money out of my pocket to leave because I couldn't wait that long because I had to return to work. They're going to reimburse us, but there is no telling when I will see that money. They gave out feastable chocolates to contestants at times. That's good. If you are going to starve people and not give them water and basic essentials and allow them places to rest their tired little heads for 24 hours at a time, at least you reward them with your really sweet, really odd tasting chocolate to advertise yourself. Thank you, Mr. Beast, because you don't have enough money, you don't have enough advertisements, you don't have enough ways to promote yourself, but make sure you do that when people are at a very low point and mid-seizure, Mr. Beast just, he slips his D's nuts in your mouth, the chocolate bar, not anything else. That's absolutely insane. My group hoarded chocolates because we weren't sure when the next time they would feed us would be, and we were afraid we would get hungry. These people were surviving off of chocolate bars. Not even good chocolate. Someone was denied Benadryl because of their allergic reaction to the food. They said, "You have allergies? Your face is puffing up, boy. Spit it out. You ain't getting nothing. Welcome to the beast zone, baby. If you want a Benadryl, you go talk to Kris Tyson. He's in the back doing something with some 14-year-old. We don't know."
To wrap up this video, the stories that I'm hearing about the lack of medical care and violence are the most concerning things to me. And
Me too.
The statement I just read doesn't even cover the half of what I'm hearing. I'm also waiting for confirmation that there were only 2 ambulances for well over 2,000 people. The contestants include
1,000 each. Just make a lot of room. Pack them in like sardines. It'll work. Trust me.
Including the entire crew. And I'm speaking with someone from the crew right now to get confirmation about how many people were on the crew. On every set, there are safety standards, especially for dangerous sets and dangerous shows. And it appears to me that Mr. Beast has not been following them. I'll keep you updated. There's a ton of information to sort through, and I'm trying my best.
Say what you will about Rosanna Pansino. This lady has 14 million subscribers. On Twitter, she has 893,000 followers. And she's using her platform to spread awareness of this situation. Again, you're more than welcome to do your own research and come to your own conclusions and be like, it's a competition for $5 million. What did you expect? You should expect to go in there and get your balls kicked around. No, you shouldn't. You should expect to go onto a game show by Mr. Beast, a child-friendly celebrity, and, not starve to the point of being unalived, to not be denied medicine and denied feminine products for when your kookie starts leaking, right? This is an insane situation. And I can use this website that I'm going to show you to kind of prove all of these, I guess, allegations that Rosanna and the people that are reaching out to her are saying have been proven 10 days ago. All right, so we are on a website called Vital Vegas, right? You guys might have never heard of it. You might be like, who the heck is this? What is this source? Okay, Cameron, give us a real source, right? Once you see the receipts, once you start seeing how things start adding up and there are insider pictures and actual photos from inside the event, leaks, you could say, you'll be like, okay, maybe this is real, right? This came out on July 18th, 2024. It is now July 28th. So this has been 10 days of festering. I've been letting it build, see if more things came out, and they are, following all of like the Kris Tyson situation, all that other stuff. But we have MrBeast shoots Beast Games in Las Vegas. Controversy abounds. It's by Scott Robin. So go show some love, guys. Go check out this site. Superstar, YouTuber, and philanthropist MrBeast Jimmy Donaldson is filming his new Prime Video series, Beast Games in Las Vegas. Amazon gave Jimmy Donaldson, MrBeast, a lot of money to do this, okay? Beast Games is an upcoming reality competition show where 1,000 contestants will compete for a $5 million prize. So far, it matches up with the story we've seen from Rosanna. Of course, everyone involved with the production is under NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, but we are Vital Vegas, and we didn't sign a damn thing. Neither did CamNuggets, and neither did you guys, so let's laugh and talk about this, right? Nothing happens in our town without us knowing about it. Transporting 2,000 people in a bus to Allegiant is tough to keep under wraps. The format of the show being filmed in Las Vegas hasn't been revealed, but give us a minute. MrBeast says think Squid Games, but on steroids times a billion. Again, matches the claims from Rosanna, where contestants are being told it's like Squid Games, but it ends up being the Hunger Games, and they're fighting for their life over some feastables, right? We do know the show will feature physical challenges, as there was a call for paid testers by an audience and seat-filling company recently. The ad offered Las Vegas locals $150 and a free meal to run, jump, and pull ropes. And we can see there's a flyer. I'm going to it's going to look different on your end, but it's a sign that says SLA, an audience and seat filler company, a challenge, paid testers needed. Nothing on this is related to MrBeast, Beast Games, Amazon. It's like a generic looking flyer to not spoil anything, right? Because, you know, people take pictures, people start yapping and talking online. Come test out some challenges inside Allegiant Stadium. Get $150 cash same day for participating. We are looking for Las Vegas locals who want to come inside Allegiant Stadium on Tuesday to take part in fun practice challenges for the biggest streaming network. Games could include short running, jumping, and rope pulling tasks. Notice how it doesn't say anything about tackling, fighting, breaking each other's arms, but we ended up with that. This is non-union and would not be airing anywhere. Event lasts approximately 8 hours and includes a free meal. So I'm guessing this is like the vetting process. They want to make sure that you are in shape to be able to actually come and do the MrBeast event, which kind of makes sense. We can see right here, contestants on the show have been spotted at Rio wearing garbage bags, presumably to cover the uniforms. We know how the Beast Games uniform looks, and we can see, yeah, there's all these people, you know, flooding this building. You know, dozens of people all in these bags, right? So those MrBeast NDAs go insane. You can't even show off the uniform. Now, on the 19th, there was an update. A concerning twist to the story. A source claims Desert Springs Hospital has seen countless patients today coming from Beast Games due to lack of food and water. Again, that matches up with the story. We have reached out to MrBeast and his publicist about the situation. No further information is available at this time. Now, on 7/20, the MrBeast representative, you know, his staff, probably one of his third-party initiatives or however he calls these people, MrBeast was working on an upcoming video with 3 medical issues out of 2,000 people. 2 were medical events unrelated to the games or production, and 1 involved dehydration. There was plenty of water and electrolyte drinks on site and a full medical staff. Personnel attended to the people immediately. They were all released shortly after and are doing well, which is contradictory to the reports about the conditions during the production of Beast Games. A hospital employee told us, I'm aware of 3 or 4 hospital evacs today. Overnight shift said it was insane, so not sure if or how many hospital evacs there were. The production is a crap show and unprepared for the scale, making decisions as they go along. The bare bones medic staff on site is not adequate and were overwhelmed last night. They compete at night. And this kind of matches up with the person who first came out and was saying like they couldn't give her medicine, and whenever she did want to get her medicine, they were getting pissy with her. Things like that kind of makes a lot of sense. One contestant reports contestants were instructed to provide producers with 5 days worth of medications, and as of today, contestants have not received a single dose. They've denied food to diabetics, denied water to contestants, and at least 2 individuals have had seizures as a result. The MrBeast rep says, inaccurate. Of course he does. He's getting paid to say that. Since our original story, we've heard from a number of eliminated contestants and their experiences vary widely. Another important takeaway. One contestant noted production staff hired locally were treated poorly with some working shifts in excess of 24 hours in a row. Medications such as inhalers, contact lenses, and feminine hygiene products, again, that matches up, were surrendered, which caused concern among the production's medical staff, with some encouraging contestants to hide their meds in their clothes to avoid detection. The 2,000 trash bags used to conceal show uniforms were thrown away at Allegiant, although MrBeast is known as an advocate for saving the planet. What do you know? He's fake. That's a surprise. Due to the large number of contestants, waits could be an hour for elevators at hotels. Contestants were asked to give the production team several pair of underwear, which were not returned upon disqualification. There were not enough buses to transport the contestants to Allegiant. Contestants were not allowed to leave the hotel rooms. Several were caught in the pool at Rio and were eliminated from the competition. Contestants were also eliminated if they were caught with their production wristbands flipped to show the MrBeast logo. Food consisted of what's described as hideous porridge. We have MrBeast over here feeding them literal slop. Remember that 400-calorie meal that they were given? Remember, MrBeast has a net worth of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars a year, and he's feeding people slop. Another contestant says no medications, no undergarments, despite supplying 5 days of only electrolytes, which were Gatorade handed out on the second day in small batches that ran out quickly, and people were fighting over, hoarding, Hunger Games style. Ran out of meals for people, water ran out, was completely not a safe space. Many of us knew it would be mentally challenging, but the danger we were put in and a lack of care from staff wasn't expected. No clear communication between staff either, making it worse. Now, I've seen a lot of people coming at me and they're like, Cameron, it's a freaking competition. What did they expect? It's for $5 million. I don't know, maybe to not be treated like indentured servants who were out there fighting for scraps and salvaging food and hoarding food because they won't be able to eat tomorrow, or they won't be able to get a new pad tomorrow, or take their medicine tomorrow, or get a water or a Gatorade tomorrow. That's what I expect. Questions about the fairness of the competition have also been raised. The 2,000 contestants were divided into groups of 400. Some of the contestants reportedly stacked the deck in their favor by creating teams of mostly young, strong men. The first group eliminated was largely older people and women. I mean, that's kind of how a competition would work, but again, I can see how that's kind of unfair. If all the strong people just get together, kind of like Hunger Games, I don't know how many times I got to compare it to that, it can be a bit of a disadvantage. And if you obviously are like a small, frail woman or like an old lady and you see this big group of 23-year-old, men with huge muscles, you're like, well, I guess I'm gonna clock out, go get my Feastable and head out of here, right? All right, and up here we have a picture of MrBeast in like his Squid Game leader uniform. It looks kind of fire, honestly, but again, it's kind of a crappy situation. Go look at the article if you want to look at that. I'm not showing any pictures because, like DMCA copyright things, I'm not going to get a copyright strike for this, but you can go see all the pictures on the article that's going to be linked. An update on the 21st. Here's some additional information provided by a member of the Beast Games production team. So we're actually getting staff coming out now. It's not just the people involved. Can confirm 5 days of medication and undergarments, most of which have been lost and not adequately tracked by production. Limited amounts of Gatorade on hand started on Friday. It did run out, but there was water. They did run out of food on Friday. Personal and feminine products initially were non-existent, but they got some later. Undergarments are 100% lost because they weren't tracked when surrendered. Personally spoke with a young lady contestant who self-eliminated about 14 hours because she had to eat and take medicine which had been lost. She was crying, but otherwise okay. I'm basically just confirming much of your reporting to say, in my opinion, there was a complete failure of planning on the part of production. And sure, some people are up for it, but I'm an adult and recognize it's not a safe environment. Good luck to eliminated contestants when trying to retrieve their luggage and personal belongings, including phones. All that is stored at the Rio in a meeting room without any organization. So think 2 to 3 bags per person times 2,000 and looking for your bag. Needle in a haystack. Jesus Christ, that's stressful just to even imagine. A family member of the contestant claims on day one, contestants went over 24 hours without medication, which led to the seizure of a contestant on the first day. But remember, everybody's doing fine. You know, the 3 injuries aren't related to the Beast Games, right? No medical staff was on site, and it took about 5 to 8 minutes to arrive to the scene. Person having a seizure could have literally passed on thanks to the Beast Games. Contestants had to do crowd control to make room for medical. Contestants were supposed to receive medication on Thursday morning and midday. The challenge began finally around 5 a.m. Friday due to the lack of coordination. Medication still had not been delivered to contestants until 4 p.m. on Friday. Contestants slept on ground with sleeping bags. Right here we have a picture that says we finally got our hands on a photo of the game as it unfolded inside Allegiant Stadium. Again, for DMCA purposes, I'm not showing it. Check the link below. This looks insane. This looks like something out of like the Harry Potter Quidditch Cup. You have an entire stadium and there are like different podiums split into 4 with like rows and lines for people to walk in, and everybody's around the different rows. And then we have like another section of people, everybody has different color shirts on, so it's like color coordinated, you know, like the different Hogwarts houses. And then you have like this scary looking like weird Illuminati pyramid, and then you have all these different podiums, I guess, where like MrBeast and the different crew members are going to stand on, looking all, you know, mischievous like Doctor Doom or something. I mean, I think the event is horrible. I think the situation is terrible, but it's pretty badass. I'm not going to lie, like the layout, the design. Go look at the picture. You'll see what I'm talking about. The growing number of comments about this story from the contestants is enlightening and somewhat alarming. Others are saying the hardships were to be expected. We have received several reports contestants were injured during the final night of production. They ended up linking this picture. Beast Games drama continues to unfold. Stories of contestants passing out, broken bones, and other injuries, right? And this is for the people out there who are saying, where's the receipts? Where's the proof? Rosanna's a clout chaser. Where's the proof? I don't know. Look at that. Where's the proof right there? We've also been given photos of the contestant shirts, the one being concealed by the garbage bags. That's also going to be censored. Again, DMCA, just playing it safe. Check the link. One commenter says all challenges were skewed to favor young athletic men, despite being presented differently. It was said multiple times before all challenges that safety was a top concern and would be taken seriously by production, and that there would be no tolerance of pushing, shoving, or tackling, basically any sort of assault or battery from contestants onto other contestants. And none of that was enforced. The contestants that committed said acts were not eliminated or even disciplined. So we have a situation where, you know, people were told, yeah, everything's going to be fair. It's all going to be balanced. It doesn't matter if you're old, if you're 70, if you have one leg, no legs at all. You're going to be able to all have fun. Cut your little cookie up, Squid Game style, you know. Do your little, na na na. What is that song they used to play? Na, 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 na. That's probably racist. I don't know. Sorry. Another commenter said each challenge catered to young, strong men who bullied female and elderly contestants and ultimately took away any chance of a fair competition. I've always been a fan of MrBeast. I believe in the causes he donates to and all the good he has done, but in a world where women's rights are literally being threatened, I'm disappointed that he would spearhead a show that encourages such toxic masculinity. I mean, I guess. I wouldn't say all that. I would just say, obviously, you know, strong men are going to have an advantage over weak men, weak women, even strong women. I mean, strong men are going to be some pretty powerful beings, right? I guess you could consider that toxic masculinity. We have another tweet from Fido Vegas. Rumor is numerous members of the Beast Games taping at Allegiant last 3 nights. Production staff walked off the job last night due to poor treatment and conditions. So not only are the actual people playing in the games treated like garbage, the actual staff that MrBeast is supposed to be paying and treating well is treated like garbage. Reminder, guy makes hundreds of millions of dollars a year. A commenter on our story claims in the 3rd challenge on the 20th, there was one person, presumably a young female given the petite body size, and medics calling the person ma'am. That was tackled by... I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like, we've reached that point in society where we can't just say a young female. You have to presume a young female named ma'am. That was so extra. That was tackled by a larger athletic male, so the athletic male could get the flag, and the presumed female was knocked out cold due to the impact. That's why the medics were calling out ma'am to the person trying to wake them up, and that person that tackled them was not eliminated. Again, that matches the story from before. So I'm gonna guess at this point, like, Rosanna must have sourced, this article. She must have read this, or maybe the same person came to her with their claims. A separate commenter says, treated everyone like animals, and a lot of people were mentally and physically abused. They denied people meals and they wouldn't feed them for hours, 10 plus hours. Women were bleeding through their clothes. I heard multiple people had seizures and they denied medically necessary medication to contestants, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. And that matched the lady that we showed on TikTok. I think her name was Janae. She had a similar situation. Now this next post, they're talking about this briefcase challenge where there was a whole bunch of briefcases placed on tables and the people all had to run in and grab them. And it says right here, before the countdown began, MrBeast specified not to shove or push each other, but it was to no avail. Countless people got injured, many were trampled, and some others got it worse. Some got slightly concussed from what I heard, while others had it even worse than that. That's it. That's the end of the situation for now. Surprisingly, it's been about 6-7 days since there's been an update. Since then, so many things have come out about MrBeast, Kris Tyson. I think that at this point, the Beast Games are probably the least of MrBeast's concerns, because when he gets back from filming that, the entire YouTube landscape has changed, okay? The most subscribed YouTuber has been connected to being in a group chat full of people who like lollipops and talking to little people and talking about people's wieners. I have to be very careful because YouTube's been censoring me a lot lately. Kind of annoying me. But let me know what you guys think of this entire situation down below. Reminder, I had a lot of people in my last video tell me, where's the receipts? This could all be made up. Rosanna's a clout chaser. She's a bad narrative teller. Don't trust her. Is that not a receipt? Vital Vegas, a essential source for Las Vegas. Okay, this is a reporter who was willing to put his name beside it, had people reach out to him, write a story. Okay, Vital Vegas, let me see, who's following these guys? Lots of people are following them. Samantha Irving, a WWE writer, Gina Carano, lots of, writers and actors I followed his account. So take that with a grain of salt of whether you want to trust this source, whether you want to trust Rosanna Pansino. Again, it's going to be linked below. As always, do your own research and come to your own conclusions. Stay tuned for more videos. There's a lot coming, and I hope to see you there.